Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the kitchen pharmacy. I have all my ingredients. I think everything is here. Good morning. Good morning, Jessica. Good morning. All right. My bottles. I got my elderberry. How's everybody this morning? Yay. Good morning, Blossom. Blossoming. All right, hold on. Can you guys see everything? Let me see if I can pull this down a little bit. Hey, Blossom. Blossoming. All right, hold on. Can you guys see everything? Let me see if I can pull this down a little bit. Oh. There you are. New kitchen. This is my home. I'm in my home today. I get to have a day off. But I wanted to get this done because I promised it last week. But my kitchen pharmacy is always going to be in my house. All right, let me see. I think I have everything I need. Can you guys see if I come to the stove? I guess I could, I could plug in my little tabletop stove. Should I go get that? It's only for one recipe, so I'm not going to worry about it. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I know I feel like I just lit a fire because it's so cold here in the Northeast right now. And I just lit a fire. That's why I was a little late. I was like, it's warm. I want a fire. So good morning. Good morning, sweet face. So I'm going to start with elderberry syrup. Because I know people talk about this and I know it can be expensive. And it's so easy to make that you really don't have to work too hard to make it happen. You guys can hear me okay, right? I have one of those microphones, but every time I put it on here, it doesn't work. Oh God, they're so potent, these berries. Let me show you. Oh, use this. Okay. Let me show you. Look at these little, oh no, you know what? Let me show you in a bowl. Good morning. Hi, Linda. Thank you. Oh, first start of the day. You guys are awesome. Hey, Katie. I'm so glad you guys are here. Okay, so let me show you these elderberries. These are elderberries. They come dry. I buy them. Oh, shoot. Hold on. Before I start, let me go. I want to do the branded thing so that I can tell you everything that I'm using and where to buy it. Oh, I'll do branded. Okay. Okay, now I can talk about stuff. Okay, great. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. All right, here we go. Hello, baker's daughter. You guys can see the table, right, with all my stuff on it? Sort of. Okay, hold on. Let's see. Ah! Are you guys there? It popped out of this stupid thing. All right, hold on. Look at it. Technical difficulties for a second. Oh my God, it's not working. Hold on. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Okay, I got you. Okay, that should do it. All right, are you back? All right, here we go. Let me move this down a little bit. Now you should be able to see the table. We're gonna make toothpaste today, elderberry syrup. All right, hold on. Toothpaste I'm gonna make for you guys. I can't believe I'm having these technical difficulties. All right, we'll deal. There we go. You can see my lemons. Here's the elderberry. I started my eggshells so you can see them. They're a little toasty, but doesn't matter. They're dry, and that's what's important. And then I have some eggs. I don't need all of these fresh eggs, but I just have them out to look pretty. So I get my elderberry from Frontier Herbs, which again, you can pretty much buy them in a lot of places, but if you need to, I'm gonna start stacking all this stuff in my little shop so that you guys can get everything. Good morning, Renee. Listen, if you're gonna talk politics here, you gotta go. This is our happy bubble. We don't do that here. It's okay, what are we gonna do? They'll leave because we're not gonna pay them any mind. Okay, so I'm going to start. When you make elderberry syrup, you only need about 2 cups of elderberry. So you just need a little measuring cup. I guess as you get more followers, that's gonna happen, right? And then you need 2 cups of elderberry, to 4 cups of water, right? Yeah, 4 cups of cold water. And then, let's see, hold on. Oh, look at that. I poured 2 cups, pretty much almost close. All right, we're gonna do a little bit more. I like elderberry syrup. I don't use it often, and it wasn't one of those things that I had in my arsenal for a long time. Now, I want to make a very big disclaimer about this. For those of you, and I wrote it down, any of you that are on diuretics, diabetic medication, you're doing chemo, you're taking laxatives, or you have drugs that suppress the immune system, you cannot use elderberry, or I would caution that, because it creates what they call cytokine storm, which is sort of like another immune response. So you want to use this if you're relatively healthy and you have a cold. So watch if you're taking, like if you're on any if you have any kind of autoimmune issues, this is not the remedy for you, okay? So when you take this, so when you make it, great for kids that just, you want them not to take that over-the-counter stuff. And then we're gonna do 4 cups of cold water. My water's filtered like 3 times, and it's well water, so I can take it out of my tap. So now we're gonna have, we have 4 cups of water in here to our thing. Now, you can use, the classic recipe is to use cinnamon stick. I don't have cinnamon stick here today. So I'm gonna use my Vietnamese cinnamon, which you know I love. It's like Christmas in a cup. So I'm just gonna put a little bit in there. And that's really it. We're just gonna put it on the stove just like this. Good morning, who is that? Hi, Cheryl, good morning. So I'm just gonna put this on the stove. Let me put it on this one. I'm gonna put this on the stove, and we're just gonna let it simmer for a little bit. And that's it. You know, you can make all your remedies, and you have me till like 9 o'clock. And once 9 o'clock's over, I have another thing. Just got here. What's the first ingredient? Oh, okay, we're doing elderberry syrup. So I just put 2 cups of elderberry and 4 cups of water. Thanks, Renee. And and I'm just put it on the stove. I put a little cinnamon in. You could use a little cinnamon stick. That's fine. Oh, and there's one more ingredient I forgot to get. Hold on. Let me get it out of my fridge. Hold on. It's a little piece of ginger. So you can grate the ginger, or you can put the piece in. I think I'm just gonna put the piece. I think I'm just gonna put the piece right in, and just slice it up a little bit. You don't really. Thank you. They're hickory, so pretty. I feel like I live in a cabin all day long. Thank you, Ash. I feel like I'm always in, and I just lit a fire this morning, so it's so nice. All right, so here, I'm just gonna take this piece of ginger, and I'm gonna slice it up. Thank you. I'm just gonna stick it in here. It's very simple. Elderberry syrup's quick, and the thing that's crazy, and these are organic wild elderberries, so they don't put any chemicals on it. But the thing that's interesting, ginger in the fridge, I heard not to. I just put it in there. It's like an avocado. They stay on the counter, but if you need it to preserve it a little longer, I throw it in there. Honestly, Blossoming, I don't know the answer of storing ginger. Usually it's better in like a dry, like a crisper kind of thing. Thank you, Lisa. But I don't know. I mean, I use my ginger pretty quick, so if it's on the counter or not, I don't know. Those questions, I don't know. They stump me a lot because I don't pay attention to that stuff because I use stuff so much. Yes, I think you're right about that. If it gets too much moisture, just like anything, it's going to get it could grow mold. Now, that's one of the things about these syrups and the honey and the onion syrup that we did. Oh, let me show you. Good morning. This is is our onion syrup that we made a couple of weeks ago. You see? It smells so good. My oncologist said be careful. Be careful about what? Oh, so, okay, I'll tell you why. That's a very smart oncologist. So what he's telling you is, or her, is that any one of these like home remedies any one of these home remedies, you have to be careful because you're making these things and we're in a home kitchen. It doesn't say don't, but be wise, right? Don't keep them for more than 3 months. You know, always keep them in like bottles or I have all my glass lined up. I keep them in glass. I jar them. You know, some of it stays good forever, but some of it doesn't. But I tend to be cautious because, especially when people's immune systems are weak. How do I say this without? I don't want to scare people to not do this, but I also want you to be aware, right? I think these home remedies have an absolute place in our kitchen. You just want to be careful. Count it and make noise. They don't sit flat on the counter. I don't know what that means. But, so there you go. Right? I don't know what I don't know. I got lost. But yes, be careful. Fungus does grow, but it doesn't mean you can't use it. If you keep it in brown bottles or you put it in glass and you keep it in the refrigerator and you use it properly, if you see a film grow on these things, get rid of it. It's done. That's the start of mold. So that's what I would say about that. Okay, so we have that on. So that's the first thing. Let's let that cook for a minute. Let me see. Heat, and it's so you're gonna allow that. It's gonna take about 30 or 40 minutes for this to steep. So let me just set a timer because you know how bad I am at that. And then we're gonna do. Then I want to talk to you a little bit about hair. And I mean, you know, coconut oil's unbelievable. It's got a bad rap a lot of times. It's like, oh, hey, Classy. Classy, I'm going to do a little commercial break. Classy and I just met online. We haven't talked a lot, but I just dig his energy. And she's going to do this drag queen event in December. And he asked me to do like a little food blip. So I'm trying to create some fun, fancy, like fun food for the holidays. So I'm very excited. Yes, I know what you were referring to, the ginger in the fridge, but also that carries on to the liquids that we make. So yes, I heard you with that. But that's the start of it. I can't wait either. That's the start of that blooming, blossoming. That's the start of where the mold or fungus grows, right? If you start with something that already has it on it, whether you peel it or not, that's the beginning. So now I want to make for you guys some golden milk. Has anybody heard of that? I think it was on one of my little videos. Hi, New York gal. On one of the videos I had on there about turmeric and golden milk, and I want to show you that recipe because that's also delicious. And for the cold season, like you can make this ahead and have it for you. So a couple of things that you can do. You can take cinnamon and turmeric, right? We can make a mix. Can you guys see my bowl? You can. All right. Let me move this. So here, we take a bowl, right? Let's make our mix first. I always think I'm completely ready. And then when I start working, I'm not ready. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh, all my favorite fans are here. Why does coconut oil get a bad rap? Sometimes it does, right? They say, oh, it's trans fats. You can't eat all of it. It's whatever. It's just another fat. But I disagree with all that. I think coconut oil plays a very important role in our diets. You know, here, I wrote down some notes about it. It's antimicrobial, right? It has lauric acid in it, so it's a potential antimicrobial. Someday we're not going to have to say that. And then it carries MCTs, which are medium chain triglycerides. Those can be converted into ketones, and I want to read it. So it has a potential benefit for brain health. So a lot of people, you hear them say, oh, butter in your coffee or coconut oil in your morning coffee. They're trying to say, good morning, everybody. So good morning from New York. I'm in New York too. Ooh, the sun is coming up. It's so beautiful. Well, it's up, but it's coming over right into my face. Okay, so protective against hair, your hair, protective effects on the hair. So it prevents protein loss in your hair, potentially, and it heals. So I'm going to show you some hair rinses and things like that. Good morning. And then oral, I'm going to show you about oil pulling. We're going to talk about that. It helps with gingivitis, plaque. So all of these things have elderberry syrup simmering, golden milk's being made now. Thank you, Renee. So I'm going to show you, so this is coconut oil. This is what it looks like when it's raw and organic. This one happens to be Spectrum Natural, which is a great company. Hi, Met Chef. So here, this is what coconut oil looks like. Oh, so I might as well show you this now. In the morning, if you have gingivitis, I like unrefined, cold pressed. However, if you don't have access to exactly those criteria, just get an organic coconut oil and you'll be fine. Anybody that has like gum disease or gingivitis or plaque, there's something called oil pulling. What you do in the morning is you take, it's still dark, it's beautiful out right now. Here, the sun is coming up, the leaves are red. So you take this, sort of this amount, you can take a little less if it's too gross, and you put it in your mouth. And while you're getting ready in the morning, for about 10 or 15 minutes, you swish that around in your mouth. And what it potentially does is it pulls the bacteria off your teeth and sort of coats your gums. What does it mean when I get TMJ from oil pulling? I have to, let me write that down because I have no idea. I don't necessarily think you're getting TMJ from oil pulling. I think the movement of swishing around the coconut oil is probably aggravating it, right? Because you're swishing and you're moving your jaw. So that would, I think that might be it. So yes. Oh, so some of you guys are doing that. You oil pull every week. Yeah. Some people do it every day. That's hardcore. It's kind of hard to do, but it is a great way to potentially pull all the, all the fungus and dirt and caca stuff out of your mouth. Maybe there's an allergy. Could be. Just don't spit it in the sink. Interesting. Why? Because it will clog the sink. I mean, you could spit it in the toilet bowl. You don't want to swallow it for sure. I mean, if you have hot water running and you spit it down the sink, it shouldn't be an issue. You could spit it in a paper towel too, I guess, if that's better for you. I could see why you wouldn't want to do that. You guys are great. How do you oil pull? What do you use? So again, you take like a tablespoon of coconut oil and you put it in your mouth and you swish it around. Just get it in your teeth. Do not swallow it. Do not swallow it. And then for those who don't want to stick it in the sink, after 10 or 15 minutes, you're going to spit it into a towel, paper towel, and throw it out. Every day, once a week. It helps prevent and heal gingivitis potentially, and it helps potentially move the plaque from your teeth. All right, so back to golden milk. Let's get our spices together. So the first spice that you're going to use for golden milk is turmeric. You can use fresh turmeric if you want, which I have here, and you can peel it. He's a little tired, so he's a little mushy. And you can grate it. Come on. You guys can see what I'm doing. Chef, PBR, what's going on? You were like here for a minute the other day. Where's my, I don't know, bummer. All right, let me see. Do I have a bit? All right, so hold on. So I'm gonna just stick this in like this. I'm just gonna cut a piece off and we'll stick it in the pot, just like that. We don't need a lot because it's gonna simmer in there anyway. And then I'm gonna take a tablespoon. You could grate that. Good morning. right? So we're gonna just make this mix. And then to that, about 1.5 tablespoons, you have to have black pepper. And this is really the only time I use black pepper because I feel like it's just too abrasive on the body. I'd rather use cayenne. But you need the compound. Hi, June. You need this compound in black pepper to activate the curcumin and healing power of the turmeric. So if you don't have the pepper in there, and I don't think, I've tried to find, like some people say cayenne works, but then I read that some places that it doesn't. So I think it's just meant to confuse us so we don't get healthy, but that's a different story for a different day. All right, and then we're gonna add some of my favorite cinnamon. So I added like 1/2 teaspoon, and then I think I might have some cardamom in here. Let's see. Sage. You should see this. I wish I could just, oh, here we go, cardamom. We're gonna add a little cardamom to this because I love that. This is like Ayurvedic. I was like, y'all interrupting my chef time. Let me see. You're so funny. All right, so yeah, I was like, y'all, was that white pepper? No, it's black pepper. And then this is cardamom, and I just need a little of this. It's so, I wish you could smell it. It's so fragrant, and it's just, for me, cardamom is very comforting. And I get it organic. These are, this is Frontier Co-op, and if you can't find them, I'll stick them in my little shop so that you can easily gather the ingredients. Good morning, Copper Queen. I love that you guys all came here today. It's so nice. All right, so I'm gonna just mix this. Now you could actually, every month or something, mix up your dry spices. Yeah, they're very powerful, and just have it ready. So now I have a frother over there. I wonder, I've never done that, but it could be kind of cool. But I'm not gonna go grab it because I wanna stay focused. All right, so I wanna just show you this really quick. I have this on low now, but look what's going on. This is the elderberry syrup. Can you see? As it sits, we have another 20 minutes. So let me see, is my simmer a little lighter? No, I'm gonna keep it on very low. My recipe, I'm gonna make a caveat when you get that recipe to be careful, because if you have like a stove that has a lot of BTUs going on, you're gonna have to put it on low and not simmer, because you're not gonna get a lot of syrup. I'm gonna add a little bit extra water to that because I was talking and it kind of boiled off. And then also, let's put a cover on this. We won't lose so much water. There we go, fixed. Okay, now, coconut. I use native forest. The only problem is about 2 years ago, they started adding guar gum to this. I love cardamom. I put it in my broth when I make Chinese pho. Oh, that's nice. I love that. So I can't wait. This stuff is the medicinal, but I want to do a Middle Eastern class with you guys because I spent a year there and got to learn from incredible chefs. They were amazing. And it was very early in my career, and I used to walk around and I'm a chef. I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. And when I got there, I had no freaking clue what I was doing. And when I left, there's a thing that chefs have that they wear in brigades of kitchens, usually like in hotels or something like that, or big restaurants. And they get like a red kind of tie that they knot. And I remember when I left, because they were all men. They never worked with women before. I'm going to do it because it's just so great. And my intolerance to the spices. Oh, that's a bummer. Well, let's talk about it for a minute. Anyway, on the day that when I first got there, I was completely a vegan chef, and I knew I had to make friends with them. So I said, what, can I help? And they said, sure. And they brought a lamb carcass, like a dead lamb, and dropped it in front of me and said, butcher it. I mean, at that point, it was in 95, so I guess I'd been out of cooking school a few years or something like that. I don't even remember. It's kind of a blur. And I was like, what the hell am I gonna do? I had no idea. So I was just like, I gotta do it. I had no choice. I had to do it. I was a female in Saudi Arabia in 95. It was not a good place to be. And it's a little better now. And I butchered it. I got it done. And they made fun of me they made fun of me for a year, but I also earned their respect. And when I left, they handed me a red tie and gave me a knot. I was kind of impressive. So I learned to be a chef there. It was pretty cool. All right, so I'm going to use a full fat coconut milk, and I'm adding it here, right? I just want to make sure because I have 100 recipes floating in my head for you guys. Coconut, okay, turmeric. Oh, we're going to add a little bit of vanilla, not vanilla syrup. You want pure vanilla, organic pure vanilla, right? Vanilla extract. So frustrating when a good, clean product. Yes. Renee, it's so frustrating. We are in the process of trying to find one because those gums, our stomachs are already messed up from the food here. So I'm hoping that we have been really trying to find another source. So we're close, but haven't found one that we can get on a regular basis. All right, so that was a little bit of vanilla. And then you're gonna add I don't know, tablespoon and a half. It really is up to you how much you want to put in here. I'm going to drink this right in front of you guys. I'm so excited. Oh, and then we can add some ginger. We could either add a piece of ginger to this because we're going to make it now. We can grate the ginger or we could add powder. I think I'm going to do a little bit of both. Hold on, let me get some ginger. All right. Here, I'm doing it the Italian way. So it's about, I don't know, a quarter teaspoon. I will have the recipes up for you. Today's my day. I'm going to be very busy, although I am getting my hair done today. I'm very excited. All right, and then I'm going to just add the rest of this. Now you can warm this up. And to me, you don't need like a whole cup. You need like an espresso cup full. A little Italian, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. You can just take like an espresso cup full. It's not like you drink an 8-ounce cup of this. First of all, that full fat cup coconut milk, although it's good for you, it's got a lot of calories. So you want to not drink, an 8-ounce cup. I can't. Okay, so now, all right, so that's golden milk, Ayurvedic, blah, blah, blah. Okay, now at the end, if you want to sweeten it, I don't, you can add our favorite, honey. And I have like 3 brands here of honey. I have a wholesome honey, fair trade, organic honey. This is sort of like basic honey. And then you want to do, I don't have any raw honey. I must have used it all. But this is an organic golden honey from Madhava. This is a great company. I believe they also do coconut oil, but Madhava is a company for me that it's like one of those trusted brands. Yeah, right? An espresso cup's perfect. I think I have it around the corner. When I get it done, I'll show it to you. But we're gonna simmer this. I just want to make sure I have enough flavor in there so when I write the recipe for you. Okay, good. I think I'm gonna add a little bit more turmeric to that. I'm actually gonna add a little bit more of everything to that. All right, so I have to remember when I write the recipe for you. It needs to be, I think it needs to have like spice, Thank you. You guys are awesome. I'm not paying attention to, I'm sorry, I'm not eating. Chef, can other milks be used versus coconut milk? Renee, you could do that. I mean, I've seen recipes out there with whole milk. Try it. The most you could say is, I don't like that either. But I think the reason for the coconut milk is the medicinal value of the potential Oh, that's scary that you see that in Walmart. That's kind of scary to me. The benefit of the coconut milk is why you would do that. But yes, you want to use. Are you thinking like almond milk, whole milk? What are you thinking? Hemp milk? What were you thinking? Oat milk? I mean, I don't see why you can't. I think the potential benefit of the coconut milk is why everybody's so, like, oh, use coconut milk. And don't forget your black pepper. Oops. Don't forget your black pepper, which I don't like at all. You'll never see me cook with pepper. You'll see me cook with cayenne, crushed red pepper, never black. I think I use it in maybe broccoli soup once in a while. Okay, that looks better. The color looks much better to me. All right, this is still. See, look, this is the color. Oh my God, that smells so good. It smells so good. All right. So here, let's see. Okay, so we have golden milk done. We have our elderberry syrup. I want to remind you guys, I love your stove. Is that a Wolf? No, this is a Viking, and I'm not a fan. Although I've had it for 20 years, more than 20 years. The next time I put a stove in, I haven't decided yet. That's why I haven't changed it. So I keep fixing it, but the amount of fixing that you have to do is a little challenging and frustrating. She has a raw dairy. I guess you could do raw dairy. A raw milk. Raw milk for my family never worked, but I think there is an absolute benefit to raw milk if it works in your body. So that's what I would say. Thank you. I have that in hand easier, and not coconut milk. Yeah, that's fine. The raw cow's milk. Yeah, listen, Mom, I am a big proponent of, there's so much information out now where, you can only do it this way, you can only do it that way, and everything is conflicting. I'm a big proponent of, if it works for you and you feel good, then, yeah, that's true, PBR, then do it. Do it. Don't get hung up in the stress of it, because then what are we doing, right? All right, I want to just give a look to our elderberry syrup, see how it's going. I can smell it in the background. Ooh. Look at this. Again, I'm going to add more water to it. My stove is moving too quick, so the heat is too strong, I guess. With this, I don't know. I might actually take this off the stove already. Let me see. That's ready. Whew, that's strong. Okay, so hold on 1 second. I'm gonna add a tiny, tiny bit of water to that. Bring it back to a boil. Here we go. I'm gonna bring it back to a boil, and then we're gonna finish this, because this is pretty good. And then our golden milk, again, with this milk, you don't need to boil it forever. Well, Walmart's a scary place in general. Yeah, I know. I think for me, the reason why I say that is there was a brand, an organic dairy brand a million years ago called Horizon. They were on the forefront of organic food. And then they got so big that they wound up in like a Walmart or a big place. They were first they were bought out by a big place that I'm not going to talk about. Oh, 24 comments. And then all of a sudden the brand, it got very suspect, because when you have organic and when you have clean products, as they get bigger, I believe that the health of that product or the health of that starts to shrink. Just my opinion. So I remember them. I remember that. And then they were getting all these things where the dairy wasn't, the cows weren't being held. It was just a mess. And that brand kind of died out, right? Nobody, I mean, for me, we would never carry that in our shop anymore because it doesn't have it just doesn't have the appeal to organic. So that's why I say that. So when I see something get to that state of mass, I'm like, ew. Yes, remember? So environmental working group, if you guys are really starting out in this sort of eating healthy, learning about products, environmental working group is a great place. They're the guys who started the Clean 15 and the Dirty Dozen. So you can look and find the Dirty Dozen of produce. And I think I have it posted somewhere for me too. And I'll post it on our FB page, our group. That's like a list of the Dirty Dozen is this produce you should never eat conventional. Strawberries, grapes. It's a lot of things that don't have like peels or like a protective layer, And then they do $2 overnight in Publix. What did? I didn't know raw was different. Raw milk is very different, but I can't, I'm not going to be able to talk about that on here. I remember about Horizon. Let me see. Thank you for all the love. Of course, it always depends on the person. That's what I'm saying. And Sunday night for our 7:30 sort of podcast chat about food, I'm gonna talk a lot about the blood type diet. Basically what I know the basics of it. And for me, I think that's enough. Thank you. That's so nice. Thank you, Classy. Yeah, okay, your team has completed the first round. I know, that's so cool. What time is there? Because I probably missed your first part. I'm in Texas, Central, 6:30. It's 7:30, so I've been on only like 40 minutes. So, let's see. Why not black pepper? Joni, I'm not a fan of black pepper only because, thank you, only because I don't really have a name of my podcast. It's like, it's just doing this live, but I think I want to change it to a podcast. Should I rinse my organic berries with vinegar and baking soda? I don't know about vinegar, but you could, well, how I would do the berries is take a bowl of water. You could put a little baking powder or soda, baking soda in there, a little bit, dissolve it. You could do warm, but you could do cold. And then, dip them fast, give it a swish, get all the bugs off, and then lift them out carefully, put them on a paper towel, get them somewhat dry, and then get like these kind of big jars with the cover, and this is how you store them in the fridge. And I would put like a paper towel at the bottom so any leftover moisture will kind of go down. Berries to me though, once you get them out of that box and you rinse them, you don't really have a lot of time. Right? You want to eat them. But honestly, can't you eat, my kid and me and my kid would eat a box of raspberries in 2 seconds. We would clean them and just eat them, Okay, so let me see. I could chat with you guys. I could just sit and chat with you guys about food all day long. I guess that's why I like doing that little podcast thing. Okay, so here is our golden milk. I want to show you. It's ready. You see? And then hold on, I want to get a cup. That's a little hot. Don't think that wasn't hot. Here, I have 2 little cups. I'll show you. And I think my fire went out. It's getting cold in my kitchen. All right, hold on. I have 2 little cups. This I think is too big, but this is perfect. 1 hour before to catch you on time. All right, hold on. What can I use? All right, I'll use a big tablespoon. Right? This is really, you only need this little bit to sip on. Because remember, this is a full fat coconut milk. Woo. Look. And then you could sprinkle, I have raspberries growing in my garden. Oh. We have wine berries out here, they grow wild. In my yard, and when I take our dogs out to play, in the early fall, we sit and eat the berries off the tree. It's so good. Delicious. I know, look. It's so good. And then you're just sipping it. No, you're not late. You're never late, Katie. No stress. We made some elderberry syrup, which is gonna come off the stove in a minute. And we've made some, what else did we make? We made some golden milk, which was really easy. Is that like homemade nutmeg? What's the benefit? Delish, absolutely. And I'm just about to strain that. And what else did we do? I think we did one other thing, but don't worry, you'll catch up. You'll catch up. Okay, so now let me just look at this recipe really quick so I get it right for you guys. I always forget. Okay, combine the berries. We heat it, allow it to simmer. Remove the heat. Oh, and let it steep for an hour. Oy. All right. We might fast track that, but now I shut it off, and I'm leaving this. I'm leaving the lid on the pot, so we're gonna let it steep. Probably not an hour, but what's the benefits of which one? So the benefits of the. I'm making homemade cranberry sauce, but that's for a different one. But yes, I'll get there. So elderberry and golden milk. Okay, so yeah, that's it. Oh, and we talked about oil pulling. So for the golden milk, it's an anti-inflammatory, and the benefits of getting the coconut milk. Where's my benefits sheet? It's my benefit, antimicrobial, potentially, the medium chain triglycerides, potentially convert to ketones and help your brain. You know, for me, all of these things are better than pulling something off the shelf. Like taking a leave for anti-inflammatory for me isn't the best thing. Long-term mushroom coffee, those are for like those medicines off the shelf are more to me for acute. This is for prevention, long-term, chronic types of things that you need to heal long-term. Remember, our bodies didn't break down in 5 minutes. It's a lifetime of what we do. So these types of things don't work in an instant because we're an instant gratification culture. So these things are more to help us over time or to prevent getting to that acute moment. Is golden milk used in the evening prior to bed or anything like that? You could, if you're sensitive like that, it's a great sort of calming down thing to drink. It's, but to me, it's like a nice time of the day now, or, you want to keep your stress level down. I think it's good anytime, but yes, for bedtime, it's a nice bedtime tea for sure. Yes, I'm trying so hard. Stop your nonsense. I'm behind, but today is a big catch-up day because next week I'm just gonna be like pressing the button, letting you watch me be in chaos because it's Thanksgiving for me and it is crazy land. For those of you who have not gotten the Thanksgiving book or don't know about it, if you go to my website, theorganicfoodmovement.com to kitchen essentials, it's right there. You can buy it now. It's $7.99 and it's got like 56 pages of Thanksgiving information and recipes. It's pretty good, and it actually helps support me, if I'm allowed to say that. This stuff, paying for ingredients and all that. Could you make ice cream with golden milk? Yeah, why not? Sure, it's a fat, right? And hi again, Nini. It's a fat, and it, if you have an ice cream machine, it will make a nice ice cream. Kind of crazy. There's no sugar in it. Like, to me, people stir honey in this if you need sweet. I don't like it, but that doesn't mean that you can't. So the last ingredient in this would be to like mix honey in. Oh, let's see. Hi again. Okay. Renee, does it keep in the fridge? Yes. What's your opinion as a chef of using freeze-dried fruits, herbs, etc. in your cooking? I do it. The elderberries are dried. They're not fresh. So why not? Again, I want to use organic. So if you have that, I think, we use dried cranberries in salads. I think if you have good quality, there's no reason. Does it have the same medicinal benefit as if you had fresh? Probably not. But if that's the only access you have, better than nothing. Add honey off the stove. Yep, you're not cooking the honey. So like I would add the honey now to this. Elderberry syrup, we're definitely gonna add honey to. Once that, in fact, I didn't set a timer, but let me do that now. That'll be the last thing we do is finish the elderberry syrup. So we talked about oil pulling. Okay, we talked about oil pulling. Now let's talk about the beauty stuff. So skin balms, because we haven't even gotten to this coconut oil yet. So I have a couple of things that are kind of cool for skin health that I think could be really lovely. And, the beauty industry right now, to me, is crazy. And it's getting younger and younger. Like I have like a little brownie troop. No, they're juniors now, a junior Girl Scout troop. And these young girls are already wanting makeup and skincare and masks. I mean, you can't even see that. They look like they have like velvet skin, and they're already messing with that. And to me, that's a lot of chemicals going on your skin. So all about collagen protein, yeah. And I feel like we need to get back to doing this kind of stuff. So I do with them now, and I'm planning to do another one, is teach them how to make this so that they see that their skin is going to do better. Because can you imagine? They're like, what are they, 5th graders? I don't know, what is that, 10, 11 years old? And they're already putting stuff on their face. So, and don't get me started on sunscreen. I'm not going there. Okay, so soothing skin balm. This is great. And if you eat, you don't need fancy jars. Like I have these, glass that I'll put my things in, and I, just like this, make it easy for yourself. You don't have to lose your mind and buy all this fancy stuff. So you're gonna use about a half a cup of coconut oil like this, right? Let me see, do I have to melt this? Yeah, we're gonna melt it in a double boiler. So I have a makeshift double boiler, right? So as you see, also, I'm using a lot of stainless steel pots in my kitchen. I have the same pots that I have had for years. Actually, since I got out of cooking school. They're the all-clad master. These are MasterChef ones, but I have to tell you, it's a one-time investment, and then you never have to think about it again. But if you don't have stainless steel, it is time. It is time to make the swap. All right, so here, we're gonna put in about a half a cup of this, and we're gonna melt it on a double boiler, and then you're gonna crack up. It's like 2 ingredients. I'm gonna put lavender in here, and then we're gonna put it back in the glass jar, and it's ready. But you can do all kinds of things. If you don't like lavender, you could use eucalyptus. If you don't like, I'm just gonna put it on the stove like this, boiling. Can you see that? Let me see. Oh yeah, you can see it. Right over there. I'm pointing at the screen like you can see it. So right here. So it's just, you'll see how fast that melts. So you don't need a fancy double boiler. I have a stainless steel bowl on a pot. I take it sunscreen's a no bueno. I'm not saying anything. How did you get food to not stick to stainless steel? Oh, so anything that's non-stick, like if you want to fry an egg, I use cast iron. Look at my big cast iron. I'll show you. Look, cast iron. Anything sticky, anything you want to pan sear, I'm a cast iron girl. And that's just a paper towel. That's how I do it. I don't use nonstick. Here, the only thing I have that's like a coated thing, I forget whether this is like from France, and but you can't scratch it. It's like a coated cast iron. Fairly pore clogging. Well, I mean, is it non-comedogenic? I don't know the answer to that. But why can't you put it? I would put it on my. I've put it on my skin. The owner of my shop puts it all over his face, and his skin is unbelievable. I haven't figured out how to take care of cast iron. There's nothing to take care of. You use paper towel to wipe it, and then if you put it under the sink because you have something sticky on it, immediately put it on the stove, dry it, and then take some olive oil and just kind of put it on a napkin and just kind of go like that. And that's it. There's nothing to do. It's very low maintenance, and it's much better for you. I love coconut oil for skin. I put cold pressed olive oil on my skin, and it's gorgeous. See? What do they put all over their face? What does who put all over their face? Oh, gotcha. Okay, good. All right. So now this is going to melt. Ouch. It's already melting, and it's very, very hot. So here, let me show you all my favorite. I do a lot of the now essential oils. You don't ingest them. You just use them topically, or you can breathe them in. So I have frankincense, which I have to tell you, if you guys have arthritis, or in fact, we're gonna do a soothing skin balm with this. Lavender's wonderful, it's super calming. Actually, let me smell them together. I think they might be really nice together. In my perfume oils, soaps, and other things. Exactly. Love that lavender. For babies on a pillow at night, it's so good. Like 2 things. How do I season a cast iron pan? It's for me, I just put olive oil and put it in the oven. I use Lodge. Actually, so anything that I tell you to go over to my shop and look at or buy or get, it's in my kitchen. I'm not ever gonna hawk anything for money. So I'm just telling you what I use. I've had my dad's cast iron, so it's very old and beautifully seasoned. Exactly. You don't have to buy new if you already have it. Okay, I have but one. I haven't used it yet. You have the cast iron. Bacon fat for cast iron. Yeah, that I wouldn't do just because I don't want that flavor in there. I'd rather do something like an olive oil, ghee butter, avocado oil. Yep, both. So frankincense and lavender, they smell good together. So let's use this for our healing, soothing balm. But again, it's your balm. Put whatever you want in. But frankincense for arthritis, any kind of inflammation. Oh, I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. Any kind of inflammation is, it doesn't have a flavor if you have that. Oh, you use lard? All right. I mean, these are all interesting things, and I wouldn't say no to any of them. Whatever feels right to me, like you do what works in your home. That's the best. That is such the best. Okay, so let's try it. So we're gonna melt it, then we're gonna remove it from the heat. We're gonna pour it in a clean glass jar, and it's done. So honestly, I mean, this stuff, it's almost ready. Even if, all right, I want to show this to you. Hold on. Oh, these towels will go up in flames. I forget that. Here, look. See, it's melting. You guys see that? Olive oil can oxidize and become toxic in high heat. Yeah, but we're not cooking it. We're just seasoning it. But yes, listen, it's okay. You do you. Lard, bacon fat, avocado oil, whatever works for you is the way you season your pan. The only thing I will tell you is that if you don't want your pan to rust, make sure if you are going to put it under the water, put it back on your stove top. Heat it up, and then you choose whatever fat works for you and just put a little layer and bake it in. I make a comfrey salve. I think I might add. So I was looking for my comfrey salve. I made like 100 jars of it this year. It actually grows directly in my front yard. And I will tell you from my experience, when I made that comfrey salve, I made a comfrey, I can smell the coconut lavender. It's so nice. I made a poultice for my daughter when she broke her collarbone. Like it actually broke the bone. And I did a poultice of it for, I think 10 days. And her bone healed. So comfrey for me is unbelievable. Yeah, I bought the plants from a garden shop, an organic garden shop in Connecticut. It's called Gilberti's. I'm sure you've seen it if you live in Connecticut. And they had organic comfrey. In fact, what I love about that garden shop is they do all native organic plants. So every year for Mother's Day, I go there and get my plants and put them in my garden so that when my bees come, they're not sucking on bad plants. Okay, let's talk about toothpaste. I have my here. I decided this morning I have to put this on my shop too, because I want you guys. You should have this in your kitchen. I use it all the time in my recipes, and you should have one so that you can make all the recipes I do. But this we're gonna make, there's a little flaxseed left in here from last night from a salad I made, so I don't care, I'm putting it in, it doesn't matter. But I'm taking my shells from my eggs, organic eggs, and I'm gonna stick them in here. And I'm gonna grind this to a powder. This is also fabulous if you have gum issues, tooth issues. Hold on. Okay. Hello. Why is that plug not working? All right, come over here. All right, let's figure this out. Oh, we'll go old school. You ready? I think mine finally died. I've had it for a million years. All right. Well, I'm not going to sell you that one. All right, here we go. I'm going to crush it up like this in my mortar and pestle. And we're going to make a powder. So this is a little gritty, this toothpaste, so if you, it's okay. Yeah, comfrey's fabulous. I would take you outside and show you my plant, but it's done for the season. But the root of comfrey is really good too. So obviously we're gonna try and get this to a powder, which I think I can do. Let me see over here. Oh, good, we are ready for our other recipe. So here, it works just as well. A little bit more effort, but we're getting there. I mean, this is good to do for your plants too. Is comfrey oil worth it? It is, but if you have comfrey in your garden, it grows wild too. It's even good too. But comfrey oil, yes, but you don't want to, listen, years ago you could ingest it. Now they tell you don't ingest it, so don't ingest it. I can't tell you to ingest it. It does mess with your liver if you ingest too much. So, all right. So now look, we have this oil, right? The coconut oil. It melted. That's our double boiler. You don't need a fancy pot. Super easy. And now I'm going to use frankincense because for me, can I use the older leaves on my comfrey plant? You can, Dana, but you really want the younger ones. I use the older ones too. For your breaker, check your nearby GFCI. Yeah, I will. Not now because I'll be done. All right, so you only need a few drops. I put like 6 drops in. And then for your lavender, I don't know, 10 drops, something like that. Oh my God, it smells so good. They do blend nice together. It's nice and strong. But this, for me, Now watch. I have my little glass container. Is it in the screen? Yes, okay. So I'm just, what? Hold on. Oh, that's the plate, okay. All right. Okay, here's your healing balm. Look at that. Done. So let's put that over here with our golden milk. We'll put these here and then at the end I'll show you. So we have our syrup. We talked about golden milk. Now we're making some toothpaste. But really, I'm yapping and, I'm very slow. But you take these recipes and you get your ingredients and you can have this stuff done in minutes. It doesn't take long at all. Oh my God, you guys, I can't believe when I finish this and I see all the love that you send me, I'm like, it makes me so happy. Really, sometimes I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna get up this early and do this at 7 o'clock in the morning. And then I'm on here and I hear you guys and we chatting and having fun. And it's like, oh, this is so awesome. Okay, so I'm grinding this up. This is our eggshell. And obviously with a seed grinder, it's gonna go better, but mine just died. So do you post recipes? I do. Okay, so let's see. Let's use this bowl. It's warm. It'll make it easy to, work with our oil. So now for our toothpaste, I'm gonna also, now this toothpaste lasts forever, in my opinion. Thank you. The unknown ones. Okay, do you post recipes? I do. Okay, so now we're gonna add this. Now, because it's mine, I don't have gloves on, but if you freak, you can put gloves on. But you want to have your hands washed, obviously, when you're working with this. And then, so what's nice about this, and actually when I mash this, I hope I have my gloves here. Let me see. Oh, good, I do. So we're gonna put about a half a cup. The organic. Oh, thank you, Renee. Go to G. Glad I found you. Oh, I'm glad I found you. You found us too. You're going to learn a lot. And we have a lot of fun here. And we're building a little organic food movement warrior team. Okay, so now here's our toothpaste. Again, I have a nice warm bowl here because I just used it. So see how easy it is to mash this up. But actually, what I think I might do, and I've never done this before, I'll either put it in a food processor or something. Hey, Chef, you have such a wealth of knowledge. It's fun and educational for a great audience. Thank you. I was thinking about this the other day, and somebody said something to me on our group similar to that, and it's like, we are a culture of pretty unhealthy people at this point. And I don't think it's because we want to be that way. I think it's a lack of education, an enormous amount of greed by, them. And I feel like I have been studying and absorbing this information since I'm 18 years old. And I moved out of my house and had to figure it out on my own. And, you can imagine what we were doing in the 60s, 70s, and 80s to our bodies. But I just didn't feel good when I was young, and I wanted to feel better. And nobody knew what to do. And everybody's putting shit in front of us, excuse my bad language. But I feel like now I have all this information, I'm sitting on it. And when I talk to people, I'm like, I work in a bubble. A lot of the people that come to my shop kind of know what's going on or they've kind of found out. And now it's like, what am I going to do with all this information? I want people to know. And it's in one spot. So it's important to me. So thank you for seeing that. All right, so here. I'm not trying to melt this. I'm just trying to make it easy for us to put all our ingredients in. And really, this toothpaste is 3 ingredients. Actually, let's put a little, I'm gonna just jump out for just 1 minute. I wanna get see if I can find baking soda. Hold on. We listen to the invisible people that we refer to as that's what they say. Exactly. And if you notice, do you notice, I mean, even for the natural food people or even for the healthy people, you know, work out this way, eat this way. And I don't buy that. I think every human being's body, I mean, yes, basic stuff we could all work on, you know, the same. But for most people, psychologically, we operate differently with food and healing. There's just so many things. And to me, I want base things for you. Here's basic information, and now plug it into your life so that it makes sense. You know, that to me is the right way. Does your body work better if you walk 5 miles or if you run 5 miles? Does your body work better if you sleep 4 hours or you sleep 10 hours? I mean, that's how I say it. So yes, we're coming to that. We're not adding peppermint oil. I have something even better, and I'm gonna find a place to get this to you guys. I'm if I can't put this on a shop, I'll put this in my spot. But here, I want you to write this down. This is called Dentozyme. I'm gonna put it up. I don't know if it's backwards, it might be. This is Dentozyme. And Heavenly Angel, she'll get to that request soon. Thank you. What's the request? Information about, thank you for making the information available and not gatekeeping. I will tell you, there's obviously a piece where at some point I have to ask for money to do this, only because it costs money to get the information out, right? But I'd rather charge a little to 10 million people than charge a lot to 100 people. It doesn't make sense to me. So I'm trying to figure it all out. Like the Thanksgiving guide that I made, I was like, all right, $8, if I sell a bunch of them, it pays for all the ingredients to show you this, right? So that's how I'm trying to think about it. And, I'm trying to figure out how to not go click this link and jump here and jump there, but there's ways that you have to do it online, so that you can communicate with people and get the word out. So forgive me, I don't want to gatekeep a lot, but there is a tiny, tiny bit of gatekeeping. So this is Natura Dentozyme. And what's in here for my peppermint oil person? There's I think 15 different essential oils that are in this that are teeth healing, gum healing sort of stuff, right? Hello, Chef Liz. Hello. Thank you for all that love. Thank you. Oh my God, I love you guys. Let's see, topics discussed thus far. Oh my God, you guys are awesome. Thank you. So this is, it's called Dentozyme, Dentizyme. So I add this in here. I just remembered, I think I have baking soda over here, if I don't. And I put 3 dropperfuls in. There's not a lot left because I've been making it and sending it to my daughter down in college. Okay, and then we're gonna add our crushed eggshells that we just crushed up. I'd like them to be a little more powdery because, listen, if you guys have texture issues, thank you so much, PBR. Thank you. This is nice and powdery, but it's gritty. So if you have texture issues, thank you so much. If you have texture issues, well, go buy my guide, Thanksgiving guide, if you cook Thanksgiving. So, and you can shop on my shop because anything I put on there is only stuff I use. Okay, so now I added my eggshells and I'm gonna mix it. But for you, if you have sensory issues, be ready. This is sensory provoking because the grit of the eggshell, it's gritty. Now, you could put baking soda. Let me see if I have it here. Or is it baking powder? Does anybody know that answer to that? Is it soda or powder? I forget. I have to look it up. Oh no, it's baking soda. Hold on 1 second. Baking soda. Hold on. Soda. Hold on, yeah, thank you. Hold on, I'm going to get my soda. Baking soda. when we do our pantry makeover class, I want to take you into my actual pantry, but I don't want you to be mad at me when you see my pantry. All right, so I'm going to put about, because it's like the fantasy pantry. There's a story behind it, but it's wonderful. It's like I could live in my pantry. I love it so much. So I'm going to put about a teaspoon because we have a lot of coconut milk. Okay, so here, and then I just leave this at my kitchen in my kitchen. Thank you. There's a story behind this kitchen for another time, but it is beautiful. I can quickly tell you a short story, but I have an uncle and aunt. My uncle played in the New York Philharmonic for 40 years. He was a clarinet player, classical music, obviously. And they got very ill. He was 92. They got very ill, and they didn't have kids. I was like his kid, you know. And he said, "Can I live?" They were my godparents, and he was like, "Can you take care of us when we're older?" Because they got so sick, and my aunt had Alzheimer's. It was all, you know, the sadness, right? And they built us this house. It was a nice gift. So I got a pantry. He let me get a pantry. So this is what it looks like, and now it's gonna harden. Right? It's going to get soft. So we're going to put this in here. And look how easy this is. So the only thing that we're going to do, because it's so, because I let it get so thin, topics discussed. Thank you. You guys are awesome. So I used about 3 eggshells. I mean, look at how much we made. And about, what is this, a half a cup of oil? So this is gonna get hard. I used a teaspoon. You're gonna get all of these. It's gonna just take me a little time, but you'll get them all. And if I forget, you gotta remind me. So here, so I'm just gonna mix this, and I'm gonna mix it a couple of times because as it hardens, you know, obviously the eggshells are gonna, you know, weigh a couple of grams more, so it might sink. But you want to keep it all well blended. Trying to find the guide, but it's not loading. Ooh. All right, I got you. I'll figure it out. That's not good. What show? Hey everyone, what is she making today? So we're doing so far we did this is like the kitchen pharmacy class. So we're talking about coconut oil today. And so far we made toothpaste. We made, this is gonna be, once it cools off, it's a skin, like a moisturizer, but it has frankincense and lavender. So it'll help heal inflammation in your joints. And then we're going to do, and I made a little golden milk, which I'm gonna have a sip of. How do you get it on the brush? You rinse your brush, right? You clean your brush off, and then you kind of dip it in the toothpaste. So it's a single person use, like you can dole it out to your family and you just do your teeth. And it really works. Your link worked for me, Chef. Pulled up the guide. Okay, great. Was that in our group though? I did put it on the... It's a pretty big guide, so it might take a little time to load. It's got a lot of pages and photos. All right, so we did the soothing balm. Now I have a little elixir. Let's do a little elixir. This is, you know, I don't know if we need this, but you want me to show it to you? I'll show it to you anyway. So, let me see if this fits. So we have this little boiler here that I made. It's like warm water, and it's helping us melt our coconut oil. We're using raw, obviously. So you're not feeling good. You need a little lift. This is crazy. You're gonna crack up. And you don't want the golden milk because it's too heavy. Is expired coconut, I wouldn't use, well, smell it. If it smells rancid, it's no good. And you can smell rancid oil. There is an absolute smell. it smells old, and your body's gonna automatically be like, yeah, I don't want to eat that. So, and you don't feel good, and you don't have anything in the house, or you're just feeling under the weather, you can do this. Oh, excuse me. We're gonna take, and you don't want like all the golden milk and that heaviness. You can take a little bit of, thank you. You can take a little bit of the turmeric, teaspoonful, right? Warm water, and we're gonna do a little honey, and you need that pinch of black pepper or cayenne, I guess you could do for this. You know, cayenne is, thank you. Cayenne is very, this is my house, Layla. Raw honey, yep. Hold on, I might have missed some of what you guys said. I've learned to call the company because it depends on the processing. Beautiful stove, this is Barbara. Yes, that's true. You can call some of those companies, they'll talk to you. Awesomeness is today's topic. Thank you. Hey everyone, what is she making today? Okay, we got it, trying to find the guide. Okay. And then, that's it, right? Now you can just heat this really quick on a double boiler and drink it, sip it, put it on toast. That's another way. Anything like that, right? You could make a little, we should do that. I think I have notes about that. Hold on. Oh, you know what else? What was that for? Oh, that's our steeped. Wow, we're already, wow, that went fast. Okay, so we're gonna get to that. Hold on. You know what else? I wanna show you something. This oil that we made, this salve, once it by tomorrow, it's gonna be beautiful. Even now, if you have, once it's warm like this, oh my God, that feels so good. This has the frankincense and lavender in it, and it's just coconut oil. This is also makes a wonderful, wonderful massage oil. And it has everything you need. We could also add eucalyptus to this, or here's another thing. And you know what I'll do when I write this recipe? I'm gonna give you different variations. Oh my God, it smells so good. Your baby at home is sick, or even you have an upper respiratory infection or anything like that. You can warm this olive oil. You could add a little castor oil to this too if you want. And you can do an infusion of rosemary and where's my big one? Eucalyptus. And you can rub that all over your chest and it will break up all the mucus. So that's another way. I'm gonna write this down for you guys. So this sort of skin balm, see, look, and it like leaves your skin, like it doesn't leave it. This will help, like if you have, you know, dry cuticles, like I just dipped it in, and it doesn't sit on your, it doesn't last. So if you have dry skin, you can use this. A vitamin E oil you can add. Oh, look, I also have this company. I just found this company and they're great. It's aloe vera, hydrate and soothe, and it's called Life Flow. Unbelievable product. I have to get all these linked for you guys. I have a lot to do. So you can add those ingredients and sort of blend them together, and you don't need all those crazy hand creams. Even vitamin E in here, you know, they have the liquid vitamin E's. I would go over to I gotta get you in my pantry because you will flip out. I have a whole vitamin section. It's crazy. Anyway, so I hope you heard all of that. Like I can feel that going into, I'm a little crazy, but I can feel it go into my joints. The frankincense is, if you guys have arthritis or stuff, it's kind of cool. I don't know what raw means, so I missed that one. That's my house, yes. You're so great for doing it every day. I love your content. Thank you. I don't mean to be on every day. There's some days I skip. You're so good for doing that. Okay, thank you. You guys are sweet. I drink a cup of warm water with 1 tablespoon of ACV and a half a teaspoon of cayenne every morning. How does that make you feel? You like it? I I have a hard time with ACV, which for anybody that is wondering, it's apple cider vinegar. I don't do that well with that, but it's okay. I mean, if that works for you, you hear me all the time. I'm giving you base information. If something works better for you, have at it. So here, it's saying we can drink this. However, I'm also thinking you could drink this. It's in my camera, right? You could drink this, but you could also make this sort of something that you spread on toast or, oh, here's something. This is awesome. Roast a yam, a sweet potato, a yam, whichever one you have. Cut it in half and put this in there. Spread this in. Because, this is going to you can either drink this, you could drink this, or we could put it in another one of these and create like a spread. And then you make toast, or you have a cracker, or you make a baked sweet potato, and you want to, instead of butter, you put this on. There was a time where, that company Earth Balance, they were making a coconut spread, but they were adding a couple of things in there that didn't work. And we can make our own coconut spread. Let's do that. All right, so there you go. So now you have an anti-inflammatory massage oil, a soothing skin balm. You have your coconut milk. You have your toothpaste. Look at how much stuff you can do. And look, I mean, this is a 29 ounce jar. And I'm not even halfway through. And this will last all season. You don't need a lot. And look, my hands aren't greasy. And look how pretty they are. They're like smooth and soft. You don't need to buy all that skincare. It's just unnecessary. Oh, look, here's our toothpaste. Look at that. Awesome. So keep in mind, we're using organic ingredients, and that's the most important to me, because you're putting this on your skin. Remember, the skin is the largest organ. We done hooked up so many things in the last hour. Your food always looks so good. Excellent tip. I have a shot glass of fire cider every morning. Yeah, we made that last week. I don't like to use that name because that's it's like saying Q-tip or Kleenex. It's a brand, but we did a flu tonic similar to that. Fire cider's fabulous. Green tea, lemon, cayenne, turmeric, cinnamon, stevia, black pepper. Perfect. See? Hey, Chef, I haven't seen you. Been in the hospital. Sorry. Oh, Marianne, I hope you're feeling better. I was wondering where you are. I'm glad you're feeling better. Let us know if there's anything that you need. And maybe we can create some recipes for you. Coming in late morning, what are we doing this morning? We are working the coconut oil this morning. Lemon conquers the taste. Yeah, for sure. Topics discussed. Good morning. I'm going to save my eggshells now. I know, right? I make it in my kitchen. I don't use the brand. Perfect. I'm so glad to hear that. Not that I don't want to support that brand, but I think those fire cider or those, I call it a flu buster tonic, they are so much better. Remember, what's on the shelf in the grocery stores and in the big box pharmacies are symptom suppressors. What we're doing here is getting to the root cause and healing. There's a huge difference that we're missing in this culture. It drives me cuckoo. Okay, so all right, so I think we've done like 4 or 5 recipes. Let me put them there. Okay, let's talk about coconut oil and hair. When I first started, I said, there's a potential for coconut oil to heal, help support the protein in your hair. And the toothpaste she made just now, yes, I made the tonic and I'm taking it twice a day. Oh, you made the flu tonic that I told you about? That's great. And how do you feel? Do you feel better? I think somebody was telling me that they weren't feeling good and they made it. Was that you? It's kind of good because it keeps your immune system strong. It's very supportive. Okay, so coconut oil, honey, and an egg yolk. Let me mix that for you and show you what it looks like. I'm just going to rinse this just a little. All right. So now, if your hair is, why are we doing this? Remember, while coconut oil has many potential consuming time, if you have specific health, okay, not worried about that right now. So you're gonna have damp hair, and you're gonna do like a hair mask, and this protects your hair from damage. Okay, that was me. I'm feeling better, and then yesterday my symptoms started. See, you supported your immune system. But it's still not as bad as usual. Yeah, see, that's the thing. We use it to prevent the flu. Yeah, I mean, I want to knock wood. Oh, I got lots of wood over here. I have actually not ever had the flu. I don't know why. I just never had it. And I have that MTHFR gene. You know, I don't know if you guys have heard that. It's like it's the gene that that you can't, on a cellular level, it's hard to like, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't even know. Process things. There you go. My brain. All right. Me neither. All right. I'm knocking on wood for you. Thank you. Okay. So 2 tablespoons of coconut oil, and then we're going to make an egg yolk. I mean, you know, if you have kids, do you know how fun it is to teach them this stuff, for them to like get involved, and then we're gonna add honey and like make things like this. Like I don't know about you guys, but I still can say, I remember when my grandma, you know, if I burned myself or I did this, she would like slice a piece of onion and put it on my thing, you know, and it's like a couple of times a day. Yeah, so it's like we need to get back to some of that. So now I'm gonna add like a tablespoon of honey, and that's it. I might have to melt this coconut oil just a little bit, we'll see. But I don't want this to go on my hair. When I use this, I don't want it to be, now, here's another thing you can do. Maybe not with this one, but look, you're gonna mix it with a whisk. And this is this is kind of goobery, but if you do processing to your hair, and you know, it's probably good to do. Do you rinse the eggshells when saving them, or do you need the residue left behind? I left the residue on mine, and if you have a dehydrator, you can do it. This morning, they were still a little wet, so I put them in my toaster oven, and I grind all that up. Why not? It's good for you. So here, now, you're gonna put this on your hair. You leave it on for like 30 minutes, and then you wash out your hair. You rinse it thoroughly, and you shampoo as usual. Now you can do a shampoo with something similar. And let me see, do I have notes about that? We did our golden paste, coconut lavender balm. We did that. I think I did everything I wanted to do. Wait, hold on. Let me just look at my notes really quick. I want to see. I know I got rosemary, because rosemary is fabulous for, oh, here's something. Hold on. Let me see if I have garlic in my fridge. I don't have garlic. Bummer. I don't have any garlic today. Wait, maybe I do. Hold on. I don't. Okay, bummer. Here's something that you can do. I want to show you one more thing. So this is for your hair. What's in the bowl? This is an egg yolk, honey, coconut oil. And it's for your hair. It's like a hair mask. It kind of regenerates your hair, and it just I'm telling you, try this. It is unbelievable how soft. I was just looking for that, Cheryl. I have, I did a whole thing on that. The scalp psoriasis and hair loss. I have rosemary. That's what I was just looking for. I mean, essentially, you could add drops of rosemary in here. I would do this once a week. If your hair is very damaged, or you're having issues with your hair, once a week, every other day. And you could use a little bit of the rosemary oil also, because rosemary is wonderful for your hair. It is wonderful. You could actually, if you want, and okay, so here's the thing. Make sure after you use this that you run hot water in your shower or wherever you do your hair, because it gets hard and you don't want that to get caught in your drain. But make sure you you run the coconut oil hot water through your drain after you take it out of your hair. Just a caveat. Now, I have one other recipe, and I don't have the garlic, and I forgot. I'm just going to say it to you, and I'll send it to you. But now you see how I work the coconut oil. When it's warm, when it's warm, when the when the coconut oil is a little bit warm. Oh, all right, hold on. I have 100 things I want to tell you. You can add to this mask. You can add rosemary. You can add aloe vera. All wonderful things for your hair. And you can rub this in and just kind of wrap it up, put a do-rag or a little, shower cap on, and let it sit for a half an hour. You're going to lose your mind. It's so nice. It's just, your hair's going to feel good. I mean, I have long hair. It's slightly damaged, and I color it and I do stupid stuff to it. But, hot iron and stuff, because my hair's like naturally curly. And I use that because I'm getting psoriasis on my scalp. Watch my video, join the FB group. My crew will tell you, my peeps. I'm going to start charging though, because it's a lot of work and I need ingredients to teach you. It's going to be, I'm thinking like, for everybody that's in there now, your lifers, I'll never do that to you. But going forward, as we get bigger, I'm going to charge like $10 a month, and I'm never going to change that or make it more. I might even charge a little bit less, because I just need to be able to pay for everything. And I want to give you the information. I use grocery bags on my head. Yeah, okay, that works. Why spend money, right? Thank you. Thank you. You guys are so freaking sweet. But get in there, because I have that information. I have a very good friend that is suffering terribly with scalp psoriasis, and I have almost finished. I want to test it, and I have almost finished. Like I'm in college. I love that. I've almost finished an actual hair serum for her, and I'm happy to make it, send it to you, and you try it, or you at least have the ingredients. I'm just going to give you the recipe so that you can figure it out, because I know how bad she's suffering, and I'm desperate to find a space for her to heal. I just didn't include it in this because, that's a serious thing, and I want you to feel better, I heard rheumatoid arthritis and psoriasis are linked. Absolutely. Autoimmune. Do not, please, I'm showing you the elderberry. You cannot drink that. The potential of a cytokine storm for you is too high, and that will wreak havoc on your immune system. So stay away from elderberry syrup. But let's make that. This is the last thing we're doing, and then we'll go over everything that we did. So, did I answer all those questions? I feel like a couple of other questions came at me, and I was like, I don't remember. You're welcome. So this is elderberry syrup. If you have kids and they're going to school in those petri dishes of germs, I would start giving them this. However you can get it down, on a piece of toast, on a banana, dip it in a banana, any way that you can get this to them. You want them. Now, if I had a cheesecloth, I would squeeze these berries, but I don't have that. Yes, rheumatoid arthritis and psoriasis are kind of, all those immune issues are easier to manage than to heal. So the idea is that we're going to get, it's sold in the stores for sure, but it's expensive. And it's cheaper to just put it in a pot and make it, in my opinion. Look, we just spent 2 hours, right? we've almost spent 2 hours. We haven't even spent 2 hours. And I would say that if I'm not talking to you and we're not distracting each other, you could have every one of these recipes made in an hour. And I will tell you, I'm trying to think how much this whole time I've been trying to think, like, how much did I spend on these ingredients? And I think it was somewhere in the $60 range. And I have so much left that there's no reason, if you make it homemade, I'm just saying it might be better for you, Copper Queen, because, you have your energy in there. You know what you're putting in. There's nothing extra. And, it's just, there's something wonderful to me when you make things like this. I don't know. I just feel like you feel better. What did I say about taking elderberry and autoimmune? If you have psoriasis, not to use elderberry because it wreaks havoc on your immune system. Yeah, so what I said is there's something called a cytokine storm. And actually, I can't talk about this online, but it started coming out big when the pandemic happened. But that's all I'm going to say. And what they found out is that people with really, autoimmune difficulties, and that goes from arthritis to lupus, MS, rheumatoid arthritis, like all of those kinds of things, cancer. The elderberry syrup, while really good, the sun is hitting me right in the face, while really good for the immune system, for some reason it engages your immune system so much when you have those immune things that it sort of works in reverse for you. Good morning, Mystical Blue Eyes. But you said it's strong. How much would we take homemade? Tablespoon, 2 teaspoons. Like an angel. Thank you. All right. So we're gonna get the recipe exactly so that you know. But look, here's your syrup. Now, I'm going to add to this honey. And we have a lot here, so I'm going to add about a 1/4 cup of honey. I like, if you have Melaleuca at home or Melaleuca honey or a raw Melaleuca, even the best. I know, right? That's so funny. All right, so here, we're going to add some honey in there. And then the honey is there for you really for flavor because this syrup is quite potent. Let's see, do I have one more whisk? No. Oh, here it is. Perfect. So we're going to whisk in the honey. I'm going to give it a little taste. You could also add apple cider also. Yeah, some people, Mystical Blue Eyes, apple cider vinegar sometimes isn't so good for people. Like I have a hard time with that. Manuka honey. Oh, what would I call it? Melaleuca? Yes, Manuka honey. Thank you. That's so funny. Yes, Manuka honey. For sure. All right, let me taste this. I mean, the honey for you is, oh, good. It's like tangy and bitter and sweet all at the same time. So this, again, right? You just need a jar. I'm going to let it cool. I'm going to keep this in my fridge. And I have it now for the whole season. You're not feeling good? You just need a drink. I use it as a salad dressing to get in my body. What, the apple cider vinegar? Yeah, you could do that. Thank you, Renee. Yes, that's the one. So this is an immune booster. Let me go over all the things that we did today so that you guys are on track. Hold on. I should always take a picture of my sink after these classes because you'd be like, You'd crack up. All right, so let's see. Okay, so we have, I have to clean up now because I'm like, The only thing we didn't get to, which I really wanted to do, but you're going to get, thank you so much, Tammy, that you're going to get the recipe for, and it's going to be easy. There's a couple of things we didn't do today. I just noticed I have my fennel. I wanted to make you guys a fennel paste, but that's okay. You're going to get the recipe, and you saw enough that you can figure it out. So, here we go. All right, hold on one second. I have to finish putting this stuff away. So we used coconut. So like what I was saying, I think I spent, you have to be careful because there are poison elderberries. You got to look at the color, the red ones. Well, I don't pick the berries myself. I go through a company called Frontier Herbs and I get them. And I've said 100 times on here today, all right, maybe 3, that this is a very, while it's a wonderful remedy for some it is not. And those are people who, and I made the list that I'm going to say it one more time so that we're very clear about it. If you take diuretics, if you are on diabetic meds, if you are taking chemo, you're on laxatives, or you use drugs that suppress your immune system, do not make elderberry syrup. The name of the company that has the elderberries, I get them from Frontier Herbs, and they're certified organic. So that's my caveat, and please remember it. So, lemon, coconut oil, and thyme and rosemary, a wonderful hair rinse. Wonderful hair rinse. Again, you will get that recipe. I just am running out of time, and I want to show you these last few things that I have for you. So all of these essential oils, all certified organic, all my spices, my coconut oil, everything that I used today, and I still have a ton extra, was like $69. And while, I won't have to buy any of this again. Some of these oils I'll have the entire season, and it's just, to me, a much better investment to make this stuff yourself. That's all I'm saying. All right, so hold on, let me take this and I'll show you all the things we made. Here's our toothpaste. Thank you for the clarification. The other creator mentions what you just did. I'm not sure what that means, but good. Sounds like that's a positive thing. Okay, so this is our hair mask. You can make this like a week ahead, for the week. If you're gonna use it once or twice, or you're having difficulty with your hair and you wanna do this treatment more than once in a week, you can make it ahead of time, but this is really all you need. I mean, even if you have, like this for me, I have very long hair, and for me, that's enough. So, yeah, I'm going to go over all the ingredients with you right now. And then here's my golden milk. Okay, and this is golden milk. So I use mostly glass, obviously. All right, so here we go. So today we did our golden milk, and our golden milk had coconut milk, full fat. Everything that I used today was certified organic, 100%. I do have a remedy for hair loss. We just spoke about it. That is my number one thing I'm going to go over with you guys on the in our community group. And scalp psoriasis. For hair loss, you're going to use a mask like this, and you can have. Can I get a home shot? This is an egg yolk, honey, and coconut oil. I softened it a little bit. Thank you for my heart. And then you can also add to that your rosemary, and if you have thyme, you know, the herb thyme, you can use a thyme oil, or you can grind. You could actually make olive oil, or you could melt the coconut oil like it's like this, and sort of infuse thyme sprigs in there, and then take the thyme out and mix it into this. That will do a lot. And you could skin test that for the psoriasis, you know, the scalp psoriasis. You could skin test that. Thank you. It's up to you. So that's for hair. That's your hair mask. It goes on for like 30 minutes, and then you wash and shampoo your hair like you would. And then this one is our skin balm, and it's gonna, right now it's warm, so it's going to get similar to this, thick like this. And this one has lavender, and I used frankincense. For anybody that's suffering from arthritis or rheumatoid arthritis, this frankincense is unbelievable. And also, actually, frankincense has the potential. I'm sorry, I'm talking slowly. My brain is a little fried this morning, and I want to make sure I'm getting all the information. Frankincense is great for breast health. It has cancer-fighting properties. Studies have shown, I have to say all those things so I don't get in trouble. Good for neuropathy. You know, Marianne, I don't know. You could do a little research. I could do a little research, and you could try it. You know what's good for neuropathy? Vitamin P5P. I know when I had carpal tunnel in my hands, P5P took that out, so I don't know if the connection would be the same. We could do a little research and find out. But, you know, try it. It can't hurt you. The frankincense can't hurt you. It's going to take away inflammation in a huge way. It doesn't heal it, but it helps acutely and things like that. The hair mask, I would try once. If you need more, do twice. Magnesium totally helps. You're talking about for neuropathy, magnesium's great. Okay, so then we have our golden milk. This is a great little tonic. I made it with full fat coconut milk and herbs, spices, turmeric, ginger, cumin, and then if you want, you can mix a little honey in it. This is our toothpaste. We ground up eggshells. There's baking soda, and then I used this essential oil called, well, it's not an oil, well, it's a compilation of essential oils, and it's called Dentozyme. It's called Dental and Periodontal Hygiene. And it's a powerful, it restores enamel sheen, it helps with gum disease. It's like an elixir for your gum and teeth. So I will also get this to a place where you can see it. And then finally, our elderberry, oh no, we have two more things. Finally, this is elderberry syrup. Once again, if you are on diuretics, you have diabetic meds, chemo, laxatives, or drugs that suppress the immune system, do not take this. This is for someone who is relatively healthy, that recommended vitamin E, magnesium, B6, B12, D12. Well, that's actually a wonderful oncologist. I love to hear that. 2,000 miles from, oh, thank you. You guys are so awesome. So this is for, I think, let's put a caveat for me to protect me staying on here forever. Elderberry syrup is for someone who is relatively healthy, that wants to keep their immune system strong. So it's a preventative rather than a healer. I know that's not true for elderberry syrup lovers, but I have to protect the space, and I don't want anybody to get hurt from taking this. And then I have, this one is sort of like a cold tonic, like you don't feel good and you don't want to go out and you have nothing in your cabinet but turmeric, a little pepper, and coconut oil, you can warm this and add it to, you know, and just drink it, sip it, plug it down. It's great. If you're feeling like you need, you know, your inflammation is on overload, this will all work. And then finally, this is it's a skin soother. For those that have the scalp psoriasis, you could, patch test this. And in here is lavender and frankincense. Oh, we talked about this already. But if you want, you can also turn it into a massage oil. You have the frankincense. You have that. You could add the aloe, right? Aloe in there. You could put vitamin E in here, all of those things. And or you could add even rosemary and try the skin patch for the psoriasis. So I'm going to give you all different variations of this so that you can try things and see how it goes. How's that sound? You guys, look at all that love. It's so nice. I'm going to absolutely post these recipes. I have a butt ton of recipes to post, but they're coming. As long as you're on the in our group, you'll get them. All right. Oh, healing with coconut oil. We did it. Is there anything that you guys want to ask me? You are quite well. You said to walk at least 2 to 4 miles a day and eat high protein. What's the group? Somebody let them know. You're welcome, Cheryl. You guys are amazing too. This is kind of nice. How do you get in the group? Ask my warriors out there because I can't say it. I love you to death too, Marianne. This is so nice. I think we have a really, powerful space to heal, and we're going to heal together, which is really important. And, and we can eat really good food doing it. Like we can grill a burger. I want to show you how to eat a burger without a bun. And, I have all kinds of fun things to teach you guys that are so fun. And we haven't even begun doing any of the cooking. Like we haven't even done soups yet. I have to get through the holidays. And then in January, we're going to do like a soup extravaganza. Thank you, Lisa. Yes, and then eventually, when I figure out how to get you guys to jump through small little hoops, I'm gonna ask everybody that's in already. I was gonna stop it at 300, but I don't have time to figure it out. Everybody, there's gonna be a moment where I say I need $9 a month, or I don't know, $6. I don't care what it is, because I want to charge a little bit to a lot of people, and then I can have at it and have access to cash to keep giving you all this information. I think that's fair. Love you. Have take Carmart shop. Love you. Katie, have a wonderful day. I hope you're feeling well. And for everybody else out there, we got this. We're gonna get this right. Oil pulling, golden milk, skin. Okay, you guys are awesome. Thank you. I appreciate it. Did you get into the group? Did I get you? Because I only see incognito, but I don't know what your name is, and I tried to let everybody in. If you are trying to join our space, you have to give me your email. Oh, good. Does that mean you are in? I'm checking out. Okay. If you don't put your email, I'm not going to put you in the group because I want to bother you with emails once in a while. It's just the way. Have a wonderful day. I bought organic cold pressed castor oil a few months ago. What all can I use it for? Oh, Kaylee, that's a big question. It is the elixir. It is just a fabulous elixir, and you can do a ton of stuff with it. Don't ingest it. Put it on your body. And you can, some people say don't warm it. Some people say warm it. Whatever works for you. You have an issue somewhere? I mean, castor oil is unbelievable. If there's inflammation in your body anywhere, you want to rub that on and do like a castor oil pack. You can, get like a muslin cloth. Oh, good. And pour it on like a cotton or towel and put it on your stomach, on a knee, wherever you're feeling like you need it. And it just does miraculous things. Be consistent. Whole live. Yeah, all right. You want to do a whole live on castor oil? I could do that. Oh, and our kitchen pharmacy, right? Okay. That'll be a Wednesday chat. Let me write that down. All right, friends. I am out. It is 9 o'clock. We just cranked it for a couple of hours. I think like almost an hour and 50 minutes or something. And you could do all this in like probably a half an hour time if you don't have people, if you're not yapping. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for all the love. I really appreciate it. I just got over my liver during liver detoxing. Absolutely. That's great. Thank you, David. You guys are awesome. Have a very, very wonderful day. And I'll probably see you all tomorrow. Tomorrow we have a bunch of catering to do, so I might just run the live so you can see us running around. Oh, and I did a video on carving a turkey, so you're going to get that. I have so much to do. I'm spending my whole day in front of my computer, except for when I get my hair done. Bye, guys. Thank you so much. Whoop. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. I can't wait to watch it tomorrow. Renee, that's so sweet. I know, we have like a new TV show. Thank you. Oh, you missed it? So we worked with, well, I'll try and get this video up fast. I was thinking about just putting the whole raw video up on YouTube and then have little snippets running around everywhere else so that you guys can watch it again and fast forward through what you want, Thank you, thank you, thank you. What does that mean? What does that mean that you got me boosted? Tell me what that means. I have no idea. We'll find you. What does that mean to get boosted? The more the likes, the higher the boost. Oh, awesome. Oh, so that means a daily ranking? Oh, that's cool. Well, thank you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Oh, you guys are sweet. All right, thank you. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day.